When Mike McKnight shows up at the door, I'd imagine one would start questioning every decision they've ever made.
But he clearly didn't like the presence of me and my camera. Is there anything you want to say about all this?
Get off my property!
But I'm not on your property.
Sometimes Mike gets the silent treatment.
Anything you want to say, Doctor?
Other times, people try to reason with Mike.
Why is it taking so long?
I got anxiety bad, and right now I'm getting some money collected that people owe me.
To some, it doesn't even matter that Mike McKnight has incriminating video, such as a guy illegally dumping tires.
For the record, I will keep it there, and I'll build a fence around it.
For decades, Mike and his camera have exposed all sorts of schemes and controversy.
Is there anything you want to say about the arrest today or what happened? No, sir.
You know you've made it when your name becomes an adjective.
He's Mike McKnighting us.
But for every one of these, there are several testimonials on the other side, when Mike's diligence and investigative skills led to justice.
Very appreciative of Mike McKnight.
Finally a solution. Thank you so much, Mike.
Thanks, Mike, for helping me get some of my money back.
It's probably not measurable, the impact that Mike has had on consumers all over our region.
That's the oxygen for Mike McKnight these days, putting in the work, tracking down those responsible, and letting the world see it.
After feeling ripped off 10 months ago, 89-year-old Roberta Casey watches her roof being torn off by 3 companies doing the job for free.
I'm so grateful, I don't even know, words can't express it.
I'm glad you put the spotlight on this particular issue, Mike.
Let's go to the beginning. Mike McKnight studied journalism at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, but he was already cutting his teeth in the profession, working at KLIN Radio, following the police blotter, and covering news as a stringer for WOWT. He put the film on a Greyhound bus to get it on the air in Omaha. Mike graduated from UNL in 1976. Weeks later, WOWT hired him as a reporter. The job soon became a passion and a career. It wasn't long before Mike became the station bureau chief in Lincoln for WOWT.
And we had a situation of this happening at the Lincoln Airport this afternoon when a couple of people were up doing some touch-and-go landings, getting in some flying time in this nice weather. And we'll show you what happened when they tried to come back and they couldn't get their left landing gear down. They got out without getting hurt.
It's not the cavalry, but a plumber to the rescue.
In Mike's nearly 50-year television reporting career, think of any bad storm or devastating natural disaster facing us. He was on the front lines.
The floodwaters rose fast through the morning, closing westbound West Dodge at the 228th Street exit, and the eastbound lane wouldn't be far behind, as I could see leaving the Waterloo area.
I think I got out just in the nick of time.
Mike's extensive list of sources and his persistence to get the exclusive interview have put him in front of major stories year after year.
He had certain principles. He was professional, always honest, and told both sides of the story.
His exclusive interview with Irwin Charles Simance. Simance killed a family of 6 in Sutherland in the 1970s. Because Mike was the only reporter to interview Simance, his WOWT colleagues did what they knew best to recognize this proud achievement with humor. They left him made-up phone messages the next day, such as Priscilla Presley called wanting Mike to do an exclusive series on Elvis, or that Panamanian dictator Manuel Noriega called the newsroom demanding Mike investigate who removed him from power. The public, even our camera, could see Willie Ote in the holding cell. He would be put to death in an electric chair that had been dormant for more than 3 decades. Our Mike McKnight was one of the witnesses who watched him die.
He looked at me in the eye for a brief moment, and the only way I could look at it was he was saying, like, I hope you can live with yourself.
Over the years, Mike's First Alert 6 and 6 on Your Side investigations have won countless awards. In the early 90s, during Desert Shield and Desert Storm, Mike was embedded with the 55th Wing at Offutt Air Force Base deployed to Saudi Arabia. While learning the ins and outs of gas masks and dodging Scud missile attacks, he took viewers inside the mission. Mike spent 17 years as a sideline photographer and reporter for Nebraska football. On bowl trips, he gave First Alert 6 viewers a taste of the local scenery.
This is what Husker fans see on the travel brochures.
but this is what they've been seeing on the national news for months. Detective Bill Messer is breaking up a suspected drug buy.
Mikey was part of the best years of my life doing that professionally. Gosh, that was fun. We had such a good time.
One drawback to the Husker glory years, driving back to Omaha after a home game.
He'd always go the back roads, because that's what he covered when he was. And he'd always point out all the little farmhouses where they found dead bodies.
Last week, an exclusive. This week, basically an exclusive.
Later in his career, Mike McKnight became a staple at Nebraska Nightly as a mentor to the next generation of broadcast journalists.
He's just so encouraging, and he will tell me exactly what I need, but in the most constructive way possible.
He'd share his insight and experience with those at his alma mater, UNL.
When I'm teaching on the other days during the week, when Mike's not here, I have students quoting Mike back to me when they disagree with me on something.
A big part of Mike's success comes from his bosses and managers over the years, giving him the latitude and time to track down stories that make a difference. And the career wouldn't have been possible, Mike would say, without the patience and grace of his wife, Carla, especially considering how it started. Their April 1987 wedding was postponed by breaking news. Together, they raised two sons, Eric and Brent. Perhaps this eyesore represents the depth and arc of a Mike McKnight story. This Omaha man wasn't happy the city served a search warrant to clean up the property. So fast forward 3 years.
Do you have a gun?
I don't know.
Or you don't want to tell me?
I don't want to tell you.
The guy still had Mike McKnight's number when a SWAT team surrounded his house.
He's on the phone with me.
Mike helped law enforcement with a peaceful surrender.
That's how we hope they always turn out.
There's no real way to measure the impact Mike's stories have had these decades, except maybe with gratitude.
I would like to thank Mike and Channel 6 for all the hard work they did.
Thanks, Mike.
I appreciate your help, Mike.
Maybe Mike McKnight can help you.
A few years ago, the subject of one of Mike McKnight's investigations shouted, "You'll get yours one day, McKnight." I'm not sure this award is what he meant. Congratulations to Mike McKnight on his induction into the Nebraska Broadcasters Association Hall of Fame, class of 2025.